Hey Camden, what's going on, bro? How's the audio level sound? Does it sound okay? Cobra bro, how's it going, man? The audio levels sound okay? I had to set all this stuff up again. Dazzy Baby in stream. If you guys haven't, check out his content on Twitch. Drop a link, Daz. Hell of a guy. Celebrating his anniversary today with his wife. How many years was it, Daz? Several, I'm sure. Audio seems good. Great. I had to reformat my PC entirely, so I'm starting from scratch on setting this stuff up again. It's been so long, I've kind of forgotten how. This is just something to play to pass the time while I wait for like Radius 2. But I used to play a lot of MMOs. Well, not really. I played one MMO and I played it a lot. Let's see, where do I want to go? I want to go over here, and I want to do some just like trading today. There's like a trade depot. 12 years married. Congratulations, Daz. Congratulations, sir. She's a very patient woman. Anyway, back in the day, I played EverQuest. You guys probably haven't even heard of. Old school MMO. It was a lot of fun. I wish games today would like do some of the things that it did, but they don't. This is pretty cool. This is New World. I think Amazon made this, and playing it on my PC today. I think it's a decent game. It runs well. My computer's not even sweating. Dump this stuff off real quick to get our weight down, and then we will go adventure around a little bit. We've got all these potions that I don't know what they do. We're not going to worry about them right now. We'll just dump them in there. We're just going out to collect resources and stuff, level up our crafting skills. So, you guys remember the marathon? I did attempt the marathon. If the chat wants to take any guesses, remember I trained early in the year. I started training. I trained for about a month or two. I was doing really well, and then I fell off for like 6 months. Didn't train, and then I started training again. So I trained about 3 months on the second jump, and then I went for it. And I didn't expect to make it, right? So if you guys want to, guess how far I did make it, I'll say right now, I did not make 26.2 miles. But if you guys want to guess how far I did make it, maybe the person that guesses closest will get a free game later in the Discord. What do you think? This is not going to be a super exciting stream because I'm just like harvesting stuff and leveling up my crafting, but I enjoy it, so that's what we're doing today. Speaking of which, I have applied for the MetaQuest YouTube streaming thing on the MetaQuest 3, right? Oh wow, we've got some really close guesses. I'm gonna let the chat finish guessing. I'm gonna tell you right now, got some really close guesses. I shouldn't say that too much because there's still guesses to come in. I've totally wrecked the game. I've totally ruined it, but it's okay. We'll go with it anyway. Out of curiosity, why did you guys pick those distances? Cobra can probably run 50 miles. Dude's a beast. Camden, you're probably secretly an athlete too. Even if you don't play like Radius wearing a 100-pound bag. Anyway, what I was talking about. Hey, Wolfie, there we go. I think I'm going to start doing more like live stuff rather than the pre-recorded stuff. I like hanging out with the chat directly. I like actually talking to people instead of pretending to talk to people. And I'll probably still do some pre-recorded stuff. I have to get everything set up again. Like I said, I had to reformat my computer. So like all that stuff gone. So it'll take me some time to set it up, and I've just been focusing on other priorities. I've been doing maintenance on things around the house that I let slide a little bit because, to be honest, the YouTube channel takes a ton of time. I was letting some stuff slide to concentrating on the running, which takes a lot of time because I don't run very fast, so to run very far takes a long time. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I bet he is. I bet he's athletic as hell. I just move my legs fast. Daz, did I tell you how far I ran? I think I did, didn't I? Daz is disqualified. I told Daz how far I ran. He probably doesn't even remember that he knew and just cheated. Yeah, I made it to 18.46. And I tell you, if my life had been on the line, I could not have gone much further. Like, I was all in at that distance. Yeah, Daz remembers exactly. Yeah, Camden wins. Let me know what game you want, Camden. You can send me a direct message in the Discord if you don't want people to know it's like a hentai game. Whatever's good for you, bro. And then we'll find a way. I'll hook you up in the Discord later. I tweeted it. I have no memory of that. I'm not surprised. I do want to start doing more live stuff. I like that. I'll still do pre-recorded some, but I like hanging out live. I was doing the pre-recorded mostly because I felt like the style of content I was creating was not a common style of content. I thought I had something to add to kind of the story, you know what I mean? But once again, I did not win VR Content Creator of the Year. Some other schmo won that nobody's ever heard of, right? I'm going to pivot to doing the content instead of like, it was already like 75-80% just for fun. I'm going to start doing it like completely for fun and just because I like to hang out with the people that follow me. Yes, you were very precise, Daz. You do not win though. Feeling a little scattered this morning. I've only been awake for like 20 minutes. Slept in today because my wife is sick. And I did a whole bunch of errands yesterday. Like I had to fix something in the plumbing that took me a couple hours and then change the oil in the truck. And then I cleaned the house and I was feeling kind of sick towards the end of it. Plus I just got a new device that I spent a lot of time setting up. So if anybody has an ROG Ally and they need any advice on setting one of those up, I have gone through the gauntlet and managed to get mine set up. So really tired and slept in a little bit this morning. I think I'm catching a little bit of what she has. Some other schmo, yeah, some other schmo. Can't remember his name. Some hack, you know. His content's definitely not on the quality of mine, you know. Coffee break there. I don't feel too bad today. I feel better today than I did last night. So I'm probably going to be able to fight this off without getting like a full-blown cold. say it's like the running in all weathers and all temperatures, like all rain. You know, I've been out in it. I've been out in it, boys, and I think that's actually strengthened my immune system because ow, what the? My wife never gets sick, and I usually do. And this time, I'm barely touched, and she's kind of down. You know what I mean? So. Smarter than him. No problem, Cobra. All good, dude. Appreciate you hanging out anyway. Selling things at a local store. You are selling things? You selling cookies or something, bro? I also switched back to Windows 10, by the way. So no more Windows 11 on the new computer. Just tired of fighting it. Stuff that it did that I couldn't get it to stop doing. And there at the end, like, I would turn the computer on, and like if I immediately launched my applications, everything went pretty well. But if I waited like 30 minutes to open something like Steam or whatever, it would hang when it went to open Steam. It would hang for like 3 minutes for no reason. Like Task Manager didn't show anything maxing out. We're gonna go over here. Need to find an area that's got some higher level stuff going on. Yeah. It's cool. I've never been down there. Let's go down there. We'll fast travel here, and then we'll head over there. Can't fast travel there. Well, we'll just run all the way. That's all right. That's a long way. It's all right. It's all good. We don't have anything else to do. Selling flowers. There you go. Brightening people's day, bro. Selling that to raise money for something or just something to do. I'm curious. I'm nosy. You know what? I learned some things on that marathon attempt. Like things that I'll do different, things that I need to think about. The salt buildup on my face and hands was very uncomfortable. So I would like some way to counter that next time. I had like an anti-chafing body glide I used. That worked pretty well. So I consider that a win. My feet, by the end of it, felt like somebody was hitting each foot with a hammer over and over again. So I need some better shoes, and I need to build up more. That's really what it is like at the end of it, my cardio was still fine. Like I didn't feel tired. My energy levels felt okay, but my muscle fatigue was absolutely at an 11, like absolute pain. So that's really what stopped me was I had completely exhausted myself physically, just the muscle fatigue. So learned some stuff, you know, I'll build up to it. I have absolute confidence that I will be able to do it, just not this year. Just don't have that kind of time. It takes a lot of time to condition your body to do something like that. Hey, Reddy, welcome to the chat. Hope you're having a good day. Can't get a job yet because my parents won't let me because of school. It's all right, man. It's all right. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If you stretch yourself out too thin, it's hard to give any one thing your full attention. And think of what you could be if you really focused on one thing, put your heart and soul into it every day for a long time, instead of getting distracted by video games. You know what I mean? Hell yeah. Think of what you could be if you had time to focus on what you wanted to focus on. That's what I need to get better at. I need to focus, which I'm doing better about. I've been focusing on the running, and I can run further than I've ever been able to run. I have these goals, man. That is a big old hog. What is that? Just a pile of trash. Die, zombie. I have these great game design ideas. I just need to sit down and make them. And I've had them for years, but I've got like 3 great game ideas. Like, they're so good I don't even tell people about them because they're that good. I could absolutely be the next Todd Howard. You know what I mean? Except my games would be better than Bethesda games, you know? This game ready is called New World. It is a MMO from Amazon. I got it really cheap during like a Black Friday sale. And the thing I like about this MMO is it does not require a subscription. You just buy it and play it. So, and I've been in the mood for an MMO. I like collecting and crafting. It's pretty good. Like, the story elements have been okay. The combat's decent for an MMO. I like the crafting. Like, I'm having fun with it. I really am. You know? Fancy plant. Look at that, harvesting going up. See, once you get these skills high enough, then you can harvest other things, which is why I need to grind this. I know MMOs are a little grindy, but they also have a pace to them that's fun. Leave me alone, puppy. Quit it, quit. I didn't want to. Let me show you some stuff about the game instead of just like mindlessly playing it, because there's some cool stuff, right? Pop-up inventory, different equipment, what it does, it can add attributes, etc. Then there's tools, you have different tools, musical instruments. The music at some point can even add buffs, and people can play together in groups, which is pretty cool. Maybe I'll demonstrate that in a minute. And then here's your inventory, which looks complicated, but in my opinion, pretty easy to use. We'll switch over to attributes. You put your points here, shows which weapon type they affect, which is really cool. And then your abilities come from your weapon mastery. Come level 9 sword and shield. As I level up my sword and shield by using it, then I can put points where I want to for the different abilities. Like, I could have focused on being a defender, I went sword master, and then using the musket. So pretty cool. Your abilities come from what you use, and then your attribute points that you distribute improve your use with those things. So it really has like this natural flow to your character development. You don't just spawn in as a necromancer or something. You put the points where you want them and use the equipment you want to use, and you get better at it. I think that's cool. And then you craft armor that improves the attributes as well, that makes you better at a thing. So very, I think, a great system. Awaiting confirmation. I haven't told anybody about that, Daz. I've kept my word. I've been secret about it. You teach me how to play StarCraft. Yeah, I've never played StarCraft. See, can't chop down the big trees. Gotta get my logging higher. But you take these raw materials back home, and you can process them into other things, and then use that to craft gear. And just like for an example, this level 2 musket only does 100. What's that rating? There's got a rating of 100, 235 damage. Look at it compared to my musket, right? Like, I crafted my musket. It gives me 14 strength, which helps with my sword and board. Like, really makes a huge difference. Then you can salvage this stuff. Salvage stuff you don't use. You can also add ammo. Like, the musket has just like a generic firing, but you can also add ammo that give you a damage modifier that maybe makes a difference at higher levels. I don't know. Right now it doesn't seem like it's that big a deal. Like, it's a pretty cool game. These MMOs, like I was trying to say earlier, I probably got distracted by anything, but they have a pacing to them where it's kind of chill just to run around and harvest this stuff and grind quests. You know what I mean? It's a nice pace. It's not stressful. If I had a complaint, I would say that this game's, at least at my current level and area, very easy. But yeah, it could be a little harder. That's what she said. But it's a little more challenge would be nice. But overall, I'm still having a great time. It is odd that it switches between you can lock it at 60 FPS, or you can like unlock the frame rate, which is like weird. I've got a 144 hertz monitor. I'd much prefer to be able to set it at that. I've got it at 60, and 60 feels fine, you know, no complaints. 144 would be nice. If I completely unlock it, the computer runs at like 255 FPS, but that, like, you know, the GPU's at 98%, which it stays cool, because I've got this giant case and all these fans, but I really don't want to run the GPU that hard if I don't need to, just for no reason. Like, I know they're designed for it, but also, like, why, you know? What are you gonna do today, Daz? What are you gonna do on this Sunday, this anniversary Sunday? It's snowing outside, it's cold. You got an anniversary, what are you gonna do? Bro tried to throw mud at me. Those are kind of cool. There's fishing in this as well. I wonder if I can harvest this giant log. Man. Running over here trying to get this like fast travel point. I'm gonna stay focused a little bit. I'm like an environmental disaster. Traveling along, butchering everything I find, cutting everything up, even breaking the rocks, you know what I mean? Back on the conversational live streaming, I have not heard back from Meta. I applied to get in their like creator test program for their integrated YouTube streaming. I really want to do that. I would like to live stream that new Assassin's Creed game. I've experimented with casting it to my PC. That was before the reformat. Phoenix Pest Control, good morning. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Just doing a little live stream, catching up. I haven't done anything in almost a month, so felt obligated to hang out a little bit. Anyway, I could get that set up to where it's convenient to live stream from my Quest. That would be great. But now that I reformatted my computer, maybe the setup will work better. Like I was able to cast so that I could find it on OBS, but it's having a really hard time getting OBS to see the audio for the cast. So I had messed with it. One day I got it working, and I was gonna stream the next day, and then when I sat down to do it, it wouldn't see the audio again. So I don't know, but I did just reformat, switch back to Windows 10. Look at that thing. That's majestic. It's a beautiful creature. It's probably been around for a long time. I'm the good guy. What time is good for me? Ready? What time is it for you? Yeah, it's early. What's that? Actually, it's not all that early for my normal life, but... Sorry, Buffalo. Bro. It's a bison. A river seat bison. What do we get out of that? Red meat and rawhide. Just a bunch of rawhide. We need a bunch of rawhide, though. There is a market where you can buy crafting materials. Players sell the stuff, and they sell it pretty cheap. Most of my crafting... I would say the bulk of my crafting, I've used the trading depot just to buy the stuff. There's also, see that faction town project completed Monarch Tier 3 upgrade. There's faction stuff that I don't understand at all. Let me zoom out for you. Yeah, these territories. It's like an upcoming race, upcoming war. There's like PvP, I think, territory related stuff that affects the areas. Like this is my standing in Monarch's Bluff. And you can like get points and put in these areas, and it affects the taxes on your trading, your XP gain, your resource gathering. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff to this game I don't understand yet. Seems like a pretty cool game though. It's afternoon. It's afternoon. Hey, Arizona Sunshine 2 is coming out soon, right? That's this week. I'm actually pretty excited for that. Have you guys heard anything yet? Any reviews on that? Like, I know those shill YouTubers got to demonstrate it. See what I did there? See what I did? Called them shills. You guys love them. You guys love them. You guys, it's okay. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you guys for liking hacks. Anyway, you guys saw that the shill YouTubers got to demo it a little bit. Looked fun. You can't trust those guys, though. I'm telling you, you can't trust the pest. I will tell you when something sucks. They won't. They won't. They're not going to wreck that sponsor stuff. They're not going to wreck their opportunities to test games and equipment. They're not going to do that. They're not going to tell you the truth until people buy stuff and they're mad about it, and then they're going to take advantage of that hate click. You know what I mean? That's what shills do, bro. That's okay. That's okay. People love them. Heck, one of them. I don't know. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I bought a van. I'm going to set it up for van life. I'm going to take my ROG Ally. We're going to go out west, drive around the fucking... Oh, wow. Sorry. I swear that dramatically. I apologize. Drive around the mountains and play video games, see all sights and stuff, have adventures worthy of movies. Not movies like Deliverance, but like adventurous movies. Be a good time. The first Arizona Sunshine was kind of crap. Oh, I'm encumbered. I think that's a fairly fair assessment. Like, I played it a bunch. I don't know if I can fast travel while I'm encumbered. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. That'll get me out of the encumbrance. Yeah. Yeah, we need to go back home and process some of these mats that we've been collecting. This is pretty cool. Then we'll come back here and explore some more. So, unfortunately, the fast travel stuff has a cooldown, so hopefully I haven't... What's going on here? Pay 17 to reset the cooldown. I guess I will, because I'm not walking all that way. I played all the way through the first Arizona Sunshine and all its DLC. It was not an amazing game. I still had fun with it. You know, still played it through co-op, had fun with it. But I agree, it was not an amazing game. I'm hoping that the second one will be good. That dev's made a lot of things, right? Let's process some of these materials we brought in. One thing here, this is a minor complaint. Processing stuff happens really fast. So, like, just bang, done. Look at that. Leatherworking went way up. Process the rest of this. Yeah, the control was terrible. It was difficult to aim. Like, I don't disagree. I've not made any of this. It requires linen to make, so there's no reason to not go ahead and make linen from what I have. What level am I on that? 56. Okay, I don't know if I need that other stuff, so we won't do that right now. You can make clothes there. And then other crafting stations are on the other side. We need to go process all this wood and the stone that we collected. Collect water there if you want. People aren't playing music. I've really not messed with the music much, but check this out. Song selection. A minute long. Reward no effect. Wait. Increases gathering speed. Let's try it. How do we do it? There's no part selected. I have to pick an instrument. This seems silly, but it creates buffs, and other players can join you in these. And they can even tip you afterwards if they want to, because you gave them a buff, which is kind of cool. Almost at the end here. There we go. Let this wind down. I wonder if the buff goes on myself. I've not messed with it much. Leveled up my music a little bit. It did look like... Looks like I've got a 1 hour buff on myself. That's pretty cool. Ready? No, I'm not going to get on Discord for now. I can get out of this. How do I get out of this? Exit performance. There we go. It's got a little Guitar Hero in it. And I'm going to play this for a little while, ready, and then got some errands I'm going to do today if it's not raining. It's raining a little bit this morning, but process this stone. And I might hop on later and hang out some while I'm working on my. I just got a Rogue Ally. Yeah, that's different. You're super jealous, Venus Pest Control. You're going to get this game just to make music. I can tell. You have that way about you, someone that wants to pretend to create music by pushing A, S, and D. Let's see. Process iron and silver. I didn't find that much iron while I was out gallivanting. I don't want to burn up anything. I need as much iron now. I need more. I do need the steel. We'll go ahead and process some. I'll show you guys the trade center next. So, like Cyber Monday sale, Rogue Ally. I've wanted one for a while. If you guys don't know what it is, it's a little handheld PC. There's some like mixed reviews on them. How do you make that? Need aged wood. Where do we get aged wood? Anyway, like long story short, I really like the thing and didn't expect to like the thing. But the setup process on it was a nightmare, partially my own fault. Let's like be clear on that. I was setting everything up. I was trying to update everything. It runs Windows 11 and it's got this front end called Armory Crate SE, okay? And that makes it more of a console experience. You hit this button, Armory Crate pops up, all your games are there. You hit this other button, this Command Center pops up. You can change your resolution, etc., end task, that sort of thing. Like it makes it more like a console. Well, I'm gonna tell you guys the whole story. Armory Crate wouldn't update, okay? And I thought the problem was that I just needed to uninstall it and reinstall it because, you know, with PCs, often that's the way. So I made the mistake of uninstalling Armory Crate SE, and then I could not get it back on. Where do I find aged wood? I spent 5 hours trying to get Armory Crate SE back on this device. Every time I would launch the installer that you download starts to download Armory Crate SE from the Microsoft Store, and that's where it would hang. And it took me a while to realize what was going on. Is it would, because the installer would just have this generic bar and I would watch it and nothing would happen for a long time, right? And then I finally pulled up like my network adapter and task manager and saw that it's actually not downloading anything. It's when I realized that the problem is actually on the Microsoft Store. Halo newbie, welcome to the chat. Hope you're having a good day. Steam Deck upgraded to 2 terabyte Turtle Dive, installed Windows. Absolutely love it. Fantastic. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. Anyhow, I'm going to try to get this thought out of here, and I'm getting distracted. Get distracted by my own self. I'm going to stop moving in everything, and I'm going to concentrate. I'm going to finish this thought if I can gather it back up. I could not get Armory Crate SE back on this thing. I even reset Windows, and Armory Crate SE wasn't back. But the thing is, like when you uninstall that, you lose your mouse control with the analog and everything. It's like you're using Windows with a touchscreen, which, by the way, I'm very good at after 5 hours of struggle. And I finally figured out that if you start the Ally in BIOS there's a complete cloud recovery function in BIOS for the ROG Ally. So you could like swap in a different drive and use that function and install Windows and all your stuff in there. Well, that comes with the base software package. And that's how I got Armoury Crate SE back on there. And it still won't update, but I think that problem is on the Windows side. I think that's a Microsoft Store problem right now because I'm seeing other people on Reddit having that problem. I had to get some coffee. So after many hours and much frustration, finally I'm like, I'll just update everything else and I'll use this version of Armoury Crate SE that it came with and play. And I played some Assassin's Creed Unity, which is an old game that I didn't play. Plays great on that device. I got 15 watt mode. I'm getting 60 to 45 FPS on high. 900p, looks great, plays awesome. It's got a variable refresh display. So even if it drops a frame, I don't see it. Like I really enjoyed playing with it some last night, which is a surprise to me because I've never really been a handheld gamer before. This is the trading post that I continued to mention. So if I wanted to buy raw resources, come here. Let's just start with wood, right? Because I've been out harvesting wood. Only 0.03 per. There's 1100 right there at that price. You know what I mean? There's aged wood. Let's have a look at that. 0.09. So that's pretty cheap too, but I would like to harvest this stuff myself because it's fun. But now if I'm in town, I'm crafting things and I need a thing, that's what you do. I'll show you how to craft weapons real quick because I'm level 25. So I could probably by level 30, I'm gonna wanna upgrade my gear because my current gear is level 20 gear. But I'm not having any trouble with the gear I have. It's like I crafted really good stuff. Yeah, my friend has a Steam Deck, Halo newbie, and I kind of didn't get it. You know what I mean? I kind of didn't get it, and he would bring it around, and like even if I had a better system for him to borrow while he was hanging out, he would still use his Steam Deck, and I didn't get it, you know. And now that I've got a comparable handheld, I sort of get it. So this is how you craft things. Like this is a level 20 item. And you have to level up your armoring. This required level 50 armory to make. See that right there? So I need to get this higher to unlock more recipes to make more stuff and things, which is part of the reason I'm collecting things. But like, let's just look at these gauntlets because they're like one of the cheapest things you can make. Look at that, 4 steel. Ooh, shadow fur. Why is it taking shadow fur? I think you can just use coarse leather. It's just not as good. So you can use the better materials and improve the score, which is cool, but we don't want to waste the shadow fur. But what I would do is I would come in here and I would just grind this. See the plus armoring right here? And I would make 7 of them. And increase my armoring to 63. And I have to get that up high enough to unlock the recipes so that I can make the gear for, you know, like when I make level 30 or whatever. But you can salvage everything you just made. Got back 12 steel. You don't get back everything you made. But that's why I'm out collecting huge amounts of resources. Which looks like I'm gonna have to mostly buy my iron. Because I'm not finding enough iron out there. Let's get back to adventuring. We just traveled down here and we wanted to explore a little bit. And we'll go over here next because there's stuff we haven't seen. That'll be fun. Let's go. Thought about getting the ROG Ally for the extra performance, but honestly, Steam Deck plays everything I want with no issue. The jank of the Ally, figured I'd rather not bother. I agree. I went with the Ally because there was a great sale. Now that my deck has Windows, I don't have to worry about game compatibility. How's your Windows experience on the deck? Because I think the jank people say the Ally has, in my opinion, comes from Windows. But I would also like to say, now that I've familiarized myself with the device and I've played with it, like the quick resume I was having on Unity, like I turned the thing on and off, or sleep mode, like 5 times, went to desktop, opened Command Center and Armoury Crate over and over again. Quick resume never let me down. You know what I mean? Switching between features with Command Center never let me down. The controls felt great. It stayed cold. It ran awesome. You know what I mean? Like, I did not experience a single complaint from the product itself or the experience thereof. But I would say Also, the ROG Ally has been out for 6 months now, and it probably was a hot mess when it came out. But how's your experience with Windows on the deck? Because my friend tried that, and he went back to the Steam OS. He preferred that. So I'm curious what you think of that. I think they're fun, though. I think these handheld PCs are fun. I think that's probably the most exciting push in gaming this year, is this like plethora of quality handhelds that you can now use, which I realize the Steam Deck's older than that. But have you seen the native Steam app for Quest? So much easier. Native Steam app, is that the AirLink / virtual desktop competitor? Is that what that is, Phoenix Pest Control? Because I have not, since I reformatted my PC, I haven't even set my PC VR back up yet. I heard about it on X yesterday. Between arguing about everything there is to argue about, some people mentioned that, and then they argued about it. I need to get logging to 50. I want to cut down a big tree. Yes, and it's free. Okay. I'm seeing a very tribal reaction to the new Steam, let's call it Steam AirLink, right? Because I don't know what it's called. There's a lot of people that are like vehemently, there's a big word, vehemently defending virtual desktop against Steam AirLink. But I say it's only a good thing that Steam added it, and I like that it's free. Like, I'll probably keep using virtual desktop because that's what I'm familiar with. Maybe not, maybe I'll check it out. I like that they're adding things because there's still always the dream that Valve is going to make, the Deckard. And we'll have a competitor in the standalone space besides Pico, which isn't available everywhere, for the Meta devices. Which, don't get me wrong, really like my Quest 3. I just think competition is good. Okay, environmental catastrophe almost over here, and then we'll explore some more. Man, there's still many trees to cut down. Logging levels up so slow. After you get Windows on the deck, you install a few drivers, run that script. Honestly, pretty much everything just works like that. That's pretty cool. Dummy proof just works. That's good for me because I can mess it up, I'll try it. And I've had a great experience with Virtual Desktop, but I'll still try it. Does it, do you know if it can use the internal Snapdragon upscaling like Virtual Desktop does? It was easier for you to figure out Windows than it was on Linux. That makes sense. I've never really used Linux. But I would say that your Steam Deck experience is probably extremely similar to my ROG Ally experience. You know what I mean? Just because you're using the same OS. I was actually trying to buy a Steam Deck, but they didn't. Yeah, little 50. We're cutting down big trees now, bro. Hell yeah! Gotta cut down a big tree while I'm focused on it. Cut down a big tree. What is up? For generations you have stood. Aged wood. Hell yeah. That'll learn it. SteamOS is good. Any Steam game that uses another launcher like Ubisoft games will not just work. Okay. I see what you mean. So that's why you put Windows on there. Yeah, I'll finish that thought. I was trying to buy a Steam Deck, but they just didn't have the sales. You know what I mean? Where I got an open box Black Friday Best Buy device in excellent condition with warranty, cheaper than I would have been able to get a Steam Deck. So that's why I went with the ROG Ally. I had some concerns because the reviews were not all that kind to it. but I've played probably 3 hours of Unity on it now, and I am so impressed, dude. I am so impressed. Like, if I had a Steam Deck, I wouldn't run out and buy a ROG Ally, right? Because I feel like they're close enough together. It wouldn't make all that much sense to run out, and, you know what I mean? Especially if the type of games that you're playing on the device, that your performance needs are met, that the device is comfortable in your hand, and you've already developed muscle memory. Like, I'm not going to be a console warrior for one handheld or another, but I do like my ROG Ally a lot. After only 3 hours of using it, I would commit right here and now that if they come out with another one, like a version 2 in a year or two, I'll be very interested. But, you know, I'm at that honeymoon phase where you got something and it's exciting and new, and you're experiencing games in a way you haven't experienced them. So my hype, you know, pardon my enthusiasm, I might calm down a little bit. Right now I'm having a good time. Game Store, a few others that weren't. Yeah, that's the one I was looking at. I saw some eBay units, but, you know, I was a little sketchy on that. They had, like, what leveled up to 20? Oh, I leveled up to 26. Some points in dexterity. Watch this. See that? So all these points that I've been putting in here have made me better at what I do. Now we can collect aged wood. I want to explore a little bit, not just chop down trees. Where the heck am I? Let's go over here. What happens if I cross this boundary? Let's find out. It's super fun. I'll talk about my experience with it a little bit, because I thought about trying to make some videos for it, but I don't know exactly how I would do that. But like the variable refresh screen, like even running 15 watts on high settings with Unity, like I know it was going from 60 to 45 FPS. I didn't feel it at all, not once. Not once in several hours did I feel a stutter. So you can just walk right into this other zone. And there's side quests to do. So I can just go places and do things. That's cool. We're gonna stay the path. We're gonna keep doing what we were doing. But I can just come over here and do quests. That's cool. I forgot what I was talking about. Between the base cost, the SSD, I've probably spent around the same as you at this point. No, I got mine for less than 5. So yeah, depending what kind of deal you got on your SSD, it might be comparable. But it's the Z1 Extreme, the open box Cyber Monday deal I got from Best Buy. It was less than 5. So, and that was with full warranty, all accessories included, excellent condition. They use the small M.2, right? What is it, the 2230 or something? I don't remember. I saw, that's weird the way that, I saw that you can get like an adapter to use different size ones, at least in the Ally, probably the deck as well. But I'm gonna do some research on that. I wonder about thermal, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's why I got it. It's such a good deal. Because like I said, I was looking for a deck. And that was just too good a deal to not, you know? Oh, I need to go this way. Like, I'm stoked about it. And 2230, yeah. Lay down on the couch, playing Unity, like completely smooth. Everything looked great. Feels good in the hand. I'm blown away by the speaker quality. Like, this is gonna sound stupid. This is gonna sound like I'm just making stuff up. But I think the speakers on it, while they wouldn't have the bass, the surround sound effect, 'cause it's got like Dolby Atmos or whatever, I was shocked at how good it sounded. Like, it sounds better than my headphones that I'm wearing, just not for bass or impact. And that sounds like a really stupid thing to say. It sounds like I'm just gushing and making stuff up, but I honestly think super impressed with the device, the experience of using it. And I need to try it on some other games. Like, I've got Unity on there because I never played Unity, Assassin's Creed Unity. I wanted to harvest this guy. Wanted to play through that because I was in the mood for an older Assassin's Creed game, and then I'm not sure what I'll switch to yet after that. There's a lot of things that should be from a generation that will play very well on it that I never played, that maybe the new form factor will make it interesting to me. So maybe Horizon Zero Dawn next. Haven't decided. Some people were trying to use 2240s in the deck, but it's too long, causing heating issues. Pasty Baby sounds sexy. And the new microphone, bro. Makes me sound pretty. Ow. Cut down these old trees while I'm here. These old trees. Yeah. Time to die, a mature tree. I never played Unity before. Like, it came out during the Xbox One, PS4 generation very early, and it ran terribly on those platforms, so I skipped it. And to be honest, like, Assassin's Creed games, the older ones, have really grown on me with time. So I'm really enjoying it so far. Several hours in. I like the movement, I like the combat. The story is interesting so far. Like, having a good time with it. Having a good time with it. I saw a video. The dude got some kind of adapter and put a ROG Ally and then put a bigger M.2 in it. But I don't remember what size it was. And it was like if I bought an adapter and put an SSD in a thing, and I'm like, it works, go buy it, right? But I didn't do any thermal testing, or, you know what I mean? So, like, there's software you can download, CPU ID and stuff like that, where you can get voltage and temperature and stuff like that on drives, etc. I would have liked to have seen some stress testing with an application like that to see how well that M.2 is going to do in the device. Bro in the video didn't do that. Hey, look, another player, level 60, just out traipsing around, probably stealing all my iron. No, stay with my iron, bro. Oh, you. This is why I can't find iron. Like, even at high level, you must need iron. Oh, he missed some. Ha. Bro missed a piece. On a stupid rock. I guess an expansion just came out for this recently. I know it added like a weapon class. What's that? It's already been harvested. Dude that's running around stealing all my stuff. There's some more iron down there. We'll get that. Any of you guys ever played one of those classic MMOs like an EverQuest? That was a cool game. Had to have food and water. It didn't hold your hand and tell you where to go with magic paths. Figure it out. It was brutally difficult. Leveling up was extremely slow. If you died, it like took experience away from you. So you could lose 45 minutes to an hour's work with a death. And it was pretty easy to die. Sorry, little wolf. Realize you mind your own business, but that couldn't stand. Let's see if there's anything cool up here. I guess just on this run, we'll concentrate on pulling in trees. Get this new mature wood to process. That'll improve things. We'll just do that. We'll go out and do like an animal collection run. And maybe we'll go out and bust some boulders for a while, because that becomes jewel crafting at some point, I think. Yeah, classic EverQuest, man. EverQuest is still around. I think it's free on Steam, but the current version is much different than the version that launched in 1999. Which most of you guys probably weren't even alive, especially Daz. There's a server that I think it's just like community operated. I don't know 100%, so I hate to speak so confidently, called Project 1999. And it's EverQuest as it was when it launched, which is cool. I went back to that for a while. That was fun. But I've seen those hills, you know what I mean? I've been through those caves, explored those valleys. I want a modern, not a modern, I want a new game in the style of the old games. There's a couple projects that are trying to do that exact thing. Pantheon, and then there's one called Monsters and Memories, but they're not available, and who knows if they'll ever become available. They're working on them though. Look at these dudes. Missed somehow. There we go. I remember doing a quest here. Let's go check that out while we're here. And I will be actually fairly ready for a break. It's been fun to stream though. I haven't done this in a while. Need to get everything set back up, try that new Steam Airlink thing, get some content recorded. Haven't played with my Quest 3 this week. My Bobo M3 Pro head strap did finally arrive. And it is so much more comfortable. It is a night and day experience compared to the factory strap. Factory strap, like, I think I not only, like, you know, you can have like relatively indifferent opinion on things. I think I actively disliked that strap. After 30 minutes of play, like, something about the shape of my face did not like that strap, so it feels very good to have the Bobo M3 Pro now with my Quest 3. I'm looking forward to spending more time with it. I started playing that Assassin's Creed game. I mentioned that Assassin's Creed Nexus. I'm talking about too many Assassin's Creed games. I'm on an Assassin's Creed kick. Nexus stutters on the Quest 3, and until that gets fixed, I find it very uncomfortable to play. Like, I think the game's got some serious jank. Like, you'll be having a good time, and then you have to fight somebody. You're so frustrated by the time you're done fighting the person that you're mad at the game, right? There's stuff that could be improved, but when you're just exploring and sneaking around and using like stealth attacks and things, like, it's actually pretty fun. So I've got super mixed feelings on it. And then that performance stutter, like, I do not get VR nausea anymore. It takes some serious like roller coaster shenanigans to get me sick. Assassin's Creed Nexus made me nauseous with that stutter. So I'd like to see some of that stuff squared away and then spend some time playing that. Hopefully Arizona Sunshine 2 is as good as my imagination thinks it could possibly be. Got some stuff to play right now. Got some stuff to play. Way too much to play. I don't want a young tree, dang it. Oh well. I want Nexus badly enough that I've considered getting a quest. Don't believe one, bro. Like, until it gets patched up and runs better, I would not recommend people run out and buy Nexus. And that said, like, I've had some really great moments climbing up on a building, jumping down, shanking a dude. Like that, it is super fun. But it is so janky. Like, the sword fighting is probably the worst I've played in a game. I don't know if it's the worst that exists, right? But as far as games that I've spent more than an hour with, it's the worst. It's terrible. It's terrible trying to parry. Like, the way the enemies animate and move, the timing on it, it's like they move super slow to try to make it easier to block, but it's exactly the opposite because it's not natural. And then that stutter, the performance stutter, which, by the way, I heard doesn't exist on the Quest 2, which is interesting. Anyway, I think, like, I was any review that didn't talk about how janky that game was, and didn't talk about the performance issues it has, never trust that content creator again. I'm just saying. Like, I know I come off as kind of like bitter because my little channel's not growing and their big channels grow every day. A lot of people love them and will defend them to the ends. That game runs like crap, okay? And it's janky as heck. So anybody that didn't call that out is not trustable. Just saying. Just saying. I know you guys are all friends. It's cool. Call them like they are. Call them like they are. Like, you can still have fun and a game be flawed. You know what I mean? And I think it's important and fair to cover things that way. Most content creators, in my opinion, the big ones at least that you see, are not doing that, which is okay, right? I know what they're doing. Like, I'm working for a living and they're playing video games, so who's the dummy, right? Me. But it's all good. All right, I have filled my inventory. I'm on our way home. We're near a fast travel point. I think we can use that to travel. Run down there. We'll take all this stuff back, process it, maybe call it a day. This has been fun. I like I didn't do any quests today. I didn't push the story because I'm playing this co-op with a friend. And I don't want to get ahead of him in the story because that's like the easiest way to co-op. But I did want to work on my crafting and harvesting, which I do enjoy. I love the pace of it. Super chill. Also, like how funny is it that like there's so many pirates and pirate ships and stuff, and it, like that's a weird theme to go with in a game these days, right? Like pirate MMO or something, I don't know. I'm way over leveled for these guys, which is why I wreck them. But I'm telling you, even when I was at their level, it wasn't very difficult. It's okay. I assume it gets more difficult later. How's the stream quality? Like, I totally guessed on the settings. Like, the picture look okay, latency seem alright. Let's go back home. Kind of given up hope that that my channel might ever become big and influential, and I'm okay with it. I mean, there was a time where I thought maybe with my different tone and presentation that I could fill a void that other creators, you know, because they're also enthusiastic, animated. Maybe there'd be people that, you know what I mean? Didn't really happen. Didn't really happen. That's okay. I'm all right with it. And I think it's actually somewhat freeing to think I will just create whatever I want to create, and I will say whatever I want to say. And like the 90% goal to have a good time, myself personally, instead of really worrying about the impact, quality, or growth of the channel, etc. I think it's going to be a lot more fun for me and make this even more of an escape than it was before. I think that's what I want to focus on going forward. Still create content, but do it like entirely because I like to, and for the entertainment of hanging out with people while I play games. Instead of worrying about the channel ever being anything. And that also releases me to come at people harder. Speaking bluntly. You didn't see anyone talking Nexus jank, yeah. And it is so janky, bro. It is so janky. Every single person that reviewed or demonstrated that game and didn't mention the jank, I'm telling you, do not trust them. Do not trust them. Like, it's like, you know, I don't watch the news and stuff, okay? But say you had an information source and you kind of agreed with this person's opinion, so naturally you're drawn to see what they have to say about things, and then you catch them intentionally mislead you on something. You catch them like very obviously, very clearly looked at something sideways to try to push their agenda instead of tell you what they should have told you, right? The one time somebody does that, you can no longer trust them on anything ever again. Because if your goal is the truth and not what you want to hear, then you need the truth. So these content creators that are checking out games like Nexus and not mentioning the jank, not mentioning the performance issues, you cannot trust them going forward. You know what I mean? And they'll continue to grow because they have a big audience. It's like, you know, while we're calling out content creators, you know, Linus Tech Tips could review a screwdriver and get 5 million views. And you really can't trust that channel. You know, it's entertainment. I'm not saying it's not fun to watch. I'm not saying you shouldn't watch them. I'm just saying, right? You know what I'm saying. Aged wood plus timber becomes lumber. Also requires a material to use, which is interesting. I'll have to find that at some point. You can make whisper wood. Ooh. For now, we'll just go with lumber. Look at that. Look at that huge push to woodwork. Yes. Watch this. Boom. 94 woodworking. Absolute beast. We still got a ton of timber, but we need more aged wood, and we're gonna need more sandpaper at some point. That's okay. What? You can use solvents to downgrade things. I don't think I've got anything to do in here. I can make new stuff. We don't want to use that. We want to use this. Improve my engineering. I'll go ahead and do that real quick. Craft these, get some engineering points, break them down real quick. Let's see, 69. Nice. Pest control says agreed. Yeah, I know I'm coming off kind of harsh. I'm coming off, and it sounds like I'm just bitter because my channel's little and theirs isn't. You know what I mean? They get all these free games and equipment, everything they make. You know, they're making a living playing video games, which, by the way, I don't know if that sounds like a good time or not. You know, like everybody thinks it sounds like a good time. Maybe it would be. Maybe it would be. I don't know about that. I don't know if I'd want to do that for a living or not. I think there'd be way worse ways to make a living than playing video games and hanging out with people, but also you're not gonna, like, if you're talking like personal growth and going out and seeing the world and experiencing things and like becoming a better person in your own right because you're out living and learning and doing, you know, I think being shackled to this entertainment is going to really limit that, you know, and maybe that's an odd way to look at it, because maybe it's out better than digging ditches for a living, but you're still going to meet some people digging ditches, and you're going to meet people that are not just trying to get your attention so that you will give them attention, right? I think being in that bubble of content creation all the time, I think it holds you back. Not that I would know, right? Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe they go meet people that tell them how it is. But I doubt it. You know what I mean? Because a good friend is going to tell you what you need to hear and not what you want to hear. And not what they think you need to hear so that you will help them achieve their goals. You know what I mean? You want friends that are going to help you do better. Help you sharpen yourself. Gotta roll. What bugs me? Phoenix Pest Control, thanks for hanging out today. Hopefully you have a good day, sir. Enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy your family. Hopefully you spend your free time with the people you want to spend your free time with. We appreciate you sharing your time with me this morning. And I think I'm going to wrap this up for now. I enjoyed streaming this. I like this game. I'm going to keep playing this game. It's probably not super exciting to watch. Me just running around, harvesting trees, smashing rocks, killing wolves. It's good. It's good. I like it. Had fun doing it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream as well. Sunday morning, make the most of it. Coming up on Christmas. Hopefully you got your gift buying done. Cover that for a minute. My family's always been pretty big into the gifting part, and I like it too. If I find something that I think people will be excited about, you know, find something that really speaks to me that I think they will think is super cool, right? That shows the thought and stuff, that I really do like that part. But that's not always easy to do, right? And I think the bigger part of the experience should be getting together and doing things. Like for Thanksgiving, this is going to sound stupid, right? I guess I'm not done streaming yet. Thanksgiving, we're sitting around, we had our food, and then for an activity, like put together some gingerbread houses so we could, just an excuse to hang out and talk, right? And I wish when we got together like that we could do, like, this is gonna sound crazy, but I wish we would do something like productive. Like, let's all get shovels and let's all go dig a hole for some reason. You know what I mean? Like, that would be a great time. We could all go out there and suffer together and dig a hole and maybe make a thing. I don't know, right? That would be like way more interesting to me than sitting around eating food and exchanging stuff. I think you guys all agree with me. Hard labor brings people together, and that's what we should do at family gatherings. Go out, do push-ups in the rain, dig holes, run miles. It'd be the best holiday ever, okay? Might have a hard time getting some people on board with this. Push it in your family, see what you can do, see if they're on board with it. Get some cobalt shovels from like Harbor Freight, they're not that expensive. Get some decent gloves so you don't have blisters. Oh, no, don't wear gloves. Get blisters, right? Get blisters. So then you can remember it for a week or so. Have them blisters to remind you of the good time you had with your family out digging a random hole on Thanksgiving or Christmas. You know what I mean? Okay. Yeah. I think I'm gonna wrap it up right there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. Hopefully you have a good day. Hopefully you spend your free time with people you want to spend your free time with. Thank you for watching. Thank you for continuing to support this tiny channel. Have a nice day.